What up, dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome back to the Warframe video. So, yes, I know I missed a day or two of uploads right there, but yeah, I got some bad news. Air conditioning at my new house is broken. So, the inspection company is going to be fixing it, but it's not fixed right now, so it's about 93 degrees in my streaming room right now. So if you hear any background fans, that's because it's 93 degrees, and I'm not recording a video without fans right now, because it is really hot. But yeah, we got another week of This Week in Warframe, where we have, go over the Nightwave Challenges for the week, what you can expect going forward this week, if there's any planned announcements. And I'm just going to go ahead and say, I have a feeling we're going to see something about the AoE nerf this upcoming week, guys. I think we're going to see a forum post, or maybe they'll talk about a dev stream where they're going to, talk about the AoE nerf. I think we will get information on it, official information, this week. So let's just go ahead and start with that. That's not announced, but they said in their initial post, they said once the dust settles at TennoCon. It's been I think it's been almost a month since TennoCon now. But yeah, as far as weeklies, Teshin's got a kit gun and ribbon mod, so no, the Umber Formal Watch is still on. Don't worry about it for a little bit. But let's get into those Nightwave challenges so you can see what you can expect this week if you're doing your Nightwave challenges. And a nice little surprise, there is going to be, well, not a surprise actually, we've been knowing about this for weeks. A nice little gift, how about that? You can finally get the new TIBERON augment mod this week if you've been doing a lot of your challenges. So, Critical Precision, we will be streaming this live on Twitch, getting this mod tonight. So if you want to come check that out, feel free. Probably have a video of it tomorrow on the TIBERON to see how this mod, is this mod even good? Does it make it better in any way? Because TIBERON's gonna have a mod space issue, is from my early testing what I've already run into. So let's go over the Nightwave challenges though. So we've got, and I'll just let you guys know, there's a new Nightwave challenge this week that is one of the worst of the bunch, and I highly recommend skipping it. But let's just go over what we have. So first, normal weekly is Conservationalist. Complete 6 different animal perfect captures on the Orb Valis. Not really, not really too hard. It sounds like it would be hard, but as long as you know how to put the enemies to, or the animals to sleep, like a trank gun, and use the synthesis scanner to see them through walls, it's really not too bad. Also remember that Ivara's sleep arrow does work on these animals, and I think Equinox's sleep attack also does work. Maybe even Baruch. Most of sleeping abilities should work here. Just give it a shot. If you want to skip this one, don't feel bad about it. This will be here for a couple more months, guys, this Nightwave. And there's no big rush. I can already tell you this mod's going to not really be a game changer. Just might be cool to see some orange crits. So yeah, first one's Orb Valis Animal Perfect Captures though, 6 of them. That's only a normal weekly. Next one, Earth Fisher, catch 6 rare fish on the Plains of Eidolon. So you got one on the Orb Valis, which is Venus open world. You got the next one, go fishing on the Plains, the Earth open world. Actually quite easy if you go get Merc Rays on the sides of the map. Use some Merc Ray bait, and they're quite easy to catch, as long as you don't have Grenier shooting at you, scaring away the fish. So, pretty easy there. If it's night, you can actually catch Nora in the middle of the middle lake too. And I believe, what are the other ones called? Cathols. Those come from inland ponds across the plains. So not too hard, as long as you have some bait. And yeah. Oh, also, real quick tip. Volt's passive, Volt and Volt Prime. If you walk back and forth a little bit, it builds up this electric charge. When you throw the fishing spear at a fish, it will one-shot the fish if you have Volt's passive stacked up, no matter which type of spear you threw. So, well, as long as it's one of the physical spear types, not the magnetic spear types, it'll one-shot it. Now here's the new worst Nightwave challenge right here. We got Eternal Guardian. Complete 3 different Void Armageddon missions. Please don't do this one. Please. Void Armageddon takes way too long. It's an over-designed mess. And, yeah, it probably should just get removed from the game. I'm going to guess this probably would take you about a half hour, maybe more 20-ish minutes, to beat 3 Void Armageddon missions. And not to mention, there's nothing really good coming from those missions. I think a Hespar blueprint or whatever it is, the Aeolock blueprint drops there. That's only on rotation C. To beat this, you're going to want to leave as soon as possible because these missions take so long in the first place. So this normal weekly is not really worth doing. Especially since if you've been doing all your challenges, to get Critical Precision, you only need to do a couple dailies. And the next Nightwave Augment mod, Vile Discharge, that's not for another couple weeks. So really not too much of a reason to do some of these crappy challenges, at least immediately. So yeah, Void Armageddon, you have to, if you don't know what that is, you have to beat the new war to get access to a new planet after the new war, and beat a quest after that. Once you get past the new war, and then it will unlock these new missions. One or two of them are good. This is the one that sucks, so that's unfortunate. They should probably just remove this challenge, because that's just... no one wants to do that. Next one, we got Plunder one of AUGMENT's secret laboratories on Jupiter. I'm going to recommend that you go find a guide on this one, because it can be a little bit annoying to find them, but basically there's these hidden switches in the Jupiter missions. So, for example, there's like certain entrance places. Let's see if I can just quickly show you it when we load in there. There's certain entrance places that have these hidden rooms where there's things going underneath, like sentients are being tested on by the Corpus, and that's basically it. About this challenge specifically, though, if you open the AUGMENT Infest secret laboratory, okay, so this room doesn't have one. You need to know the rooms offhand, which, you know, there's not one in every room. Once you open that laboratory, make sure that you finish the mission. If you don't finish the mission, it won't count the challenge. I'm just trying to see if we can find a quick one here that I know, because there's certain secret laboratories I don't even know how to open, because there's just really not much reason to. They have like a couple of Captura scenes that drop in there, but nothing too crazy. So, okay, we didn't find one, so I'm not gonna waste any more time here. A challenge that actually doesn't take that long, especially when you're comparing to the Void Armageddon challenge, which would take you probably like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. But yeah, go find a guide on that one, and yeah. All right, I think there's like one or two more challenges here, so that's like a normal weekly. Oh, look, we have another fishing one. So there's 2 fishing challenges this week. We got fish on the Orbivalis and fish on Fortuna. Up to you if you want to do it. Remember, the booster does not count for this challenge. So if you have a resource booster, catching one of these rare fish will give you 2 copies of that fish, but you still need to catch 6 individual catches for these challenges. Boosters are not working though. First Elite Weekly, survive for 30 minutes in Kuva Survival. There's only one node in the game that's Kuva Survival. It's Tav Uni on the Kuva Fortress. It's the last node on there. Just 30-minute survival, basically, for 7,000 Nightwave rep. Complete 10 Nightmare missions of any type. If you don't know how to get a Nightmare mission unlocked, basically, it's something you should be doing as a new player anyway. So, for example, if I want to do a Nightmare mission on Mercury, it picks a random mission, but and this will rotate, I think it's like once every 8 hours, but you will not get access to these Nightmare missions until you beat every mission on the planet once. If you are a new player trying to beat get the powerful stuff, you should be completing every mission on each planet anyway, because not only will it unlock Nightmare missions, which give you Nightmare mods, eventually, if you beat every mission on every planet, you get access to arbitrations, which are these special alerts with special loot and very powerful mods you can get from them. So, yeah, beat every mission on the planet to get a Nightmare mission, and then if you have like a bunch of them unlocked, I think it's like 10 Nightmare missions, so that's 10 planets worth of Nightmare missions. It's basically just 10 missions for 7k rep. They're usually pretty easy. Let's go over these Nightwave creds here, and then we'll talk about some Invigorations, and basically, yeah, I do think the AoE nerf information's coming out this week, guys. I'm on nerf watch, okay? Let's look at these rewards here. So we got the evergreen stuff at the top. We got some Kuva. Helmets, Caliban helmet. Look at these crafting requirements of this helmet for Caliban. You have to do anomaly shards, more armor bounties, get some rare fish, and heart nith. So this is a very annoying helmet to craft for a frame that basically got forgotten by DE. So yeah, have fun with that one. At least it's there, I guess. Honestly, like, dude, does it cost like 50 plat to buy this in the market? All those resources probably would take you a lot more than 50 plat worth of time, I'd say. So that's pretty gross. We got a Lens Solstice skin. That's kind of cool. And I don't see any Arcane Helmet oopsies in here. They've accidentally put an Arcane Helmet in here, but it doesn't look like they did it this time. As far as aura mods, we got some stinkers. We got Sniper Scavenger, Shield Disruption, Rifle Amp, Loot Detector, EMP Aura, and Corrosive Projection. So I'd say the best ones to get are Loot Detector and kind of Corrosive Projection still. Shield Disruption is sometimes good, but it's only good when DE forgets that it actually exists. For example, when the Eidolon first came out, like however many years ago that was, like 4 or 5 years ago, this worked on the Eidolon. It made the Eidolon shield weaker, so you could kill it with the Moat Amp like instantly. Does not work in the Eidolon anymore. Same thing used to be the case with the Prophet Taker. They made it not work in the Prophet Taker. So this is just a pretty much terrible mod because DE does not allow it to be good. But if you want to get it, go for it. And then Loot Detector is great for looking for endo on the map, seeing mods on the map when they've dropped from the enemy's corpses. And Corrosive Projection used to be the meta, but it got nerfed down. Also, the way the enemy armor scales in this game kind of got changed, so it's not as useful as it it was back in the day. But there's some niche situations you might still use corrosive rejection in nowadays. Like sometimes you might want to run it on like an arbitration squad if you're like running like Hydron or like a higher tier Grenier RB, just because their armor can get a little bit high for the Ogress, but usually you're buffing so much, doesn't even matter anyway. So that's one of the few places I might run it. And as far as PvP augment mods and mastery fodder weapons, we've got the Dark Dagger and the Heat Sword as mastery fodder. Go ahead if you need them. But as far as PvP augments, we got Prism Guard. So Prism Guard's really good for Mirage. Basically a different type of nuking playstyle for Mirage, where her 4 becomes like a sentry turret kind of. So I'd highly recommend getting this one if you like Mirage and looking for a different playstyle. And as far as the other ones, nothing too amazing. I mean, Singularity is okay for Nyx, but the problem with Singularity and augment mods in general is that if you cannot have 2 augment mods with the same ability on a build at the same time. So if you want to run Assimilate and Singularity, basically walking around invincible, absorbing enemies in, you can't do that. You can only have one or the other. That's why this mod is pretty much useless to me, but it's a kind of cool effect at least. And then we got other stuff. Rumbled for Atlas turns into a big, I guess it's a rock, not a piece of, Okay, so let's go and look at the Invigorations, and then really there's not much information, guys. We're kind of like on Nerf watch, information watch, and we're looking for the next dev stream. Like I don't even think they're doing their normal like little streams where it's like prime time or whatever. They're pretty much completely silent after TennoCon. Whoa, okay, let's look at these Invigorations though. Remember, these are random per player, and to get access to this, you need to get rank 5 with the Necrolisk on Deimos, open world, and then go to Sun NPC to get the Helmet Invigoration segment. These reset every week. They're just for fun, like little things you can increase your builds with. So let's see what we got here. For Nyx, we've got increased ability duration, increased energy max. That is a godly one for Nyx. She does not need much power strength. Okay, that seems really, really good. I'll have to try that out. So we'll probably make a Nyx video this week, see maybe like refresh on like a build or something. Even though I made an Eximus Nyx video a couple weeks ago, or like a month or two ago. We got I get Grendel Invigorations all the time, dude. I seriously feel like it's like every other week I get a Grendel Invigoration. But this one's going to give me primary crit chance and +2 energy rate. So built-in energy regeneration seems decent enough. Grendel likes to have energy regeneration. And he also, I mean, I use the Kuva Tsar with him. An extra crit chance on the Tsar never hurt anyone besides the enemies. So might try that one out too. And then the third one, we got Caliban. We were talking about him earlier. Increased secondary damage and increased ability efficiency. Not really going to change anything. His AI for his Sentience are still really bad. His 1 is still the worst ability in the game. Sentient Wrath is his subsumable ability, so even if that was really, really good, you can put it on other frames as well. And basically his only saving grace is his 4, which is very easy to use armor strip and shield strip. So he's pretty much just good for disruption. I usually play him with Condemn from Harrow to lock enemies up while they're armor strip and just insta-kill them, basically. But, yeah. He could definitely use some touch-ups. And that's going to be basically it for the video, guys. We are waiting on that dev stream, like I said at least 3 times already. I'm just, having some fun. If you're bored of Warframe right now, guys, we're waiting on Veilbreaker. We want Veilbreaker info. They are about to nerf probably Wukong and AoE weapons, so we'll see how that goes. And we'll see how extensive that nerf is. If you just nerf AoE weapons, I'm about to start using Thermal Sunder on everyone. I'm about to be using Equinox Prime 4th ability everywhere I go. So, if you cut off one head, it's about to be a Void Hydra up in here. You cut off AoE's head over there, you forgot that head. 2 of them grew back. Now you have to nerf this, now you have to nerf that. Now you're nerfing everything in the game. So, might have a video going about like how they're gonna maybe tackle the AoE meta. I'm waiting for them to make that forum post they said they were gonna make. So, either way, guys, I'll see you next time and take it easy. See you on Twitch in a little bit here. Peace.